I'm going to do a little face cam here, just of a range session that I had, and I'm going to explain, basically what I was doing during the session. So here, I'm feeling the weight. It's very important to feel the weight. When you lose your swing or, anything like that, you got to feel the weight. And just use that weight, sling that weight around. Start to get your timings back, your feels. It's mostly about feels. The mechanics we've gone over a million times, but you get that forearm shaft 90 degrees to your right forearm, and you get a late release. But if you feel weight, we're experts in weight. If you can feel that club head, you can really start to put some impetus into the ball. You want to get that impact position and really fling it out. There we go again. Feel the weight. I've got the palm and the face of the club, the sole of the club match each other, the right palm. So I'm just feeling the weight, basically throwing it to a target. You can see that target that I'm using there is the white flag there, just to the right of the barn. It's not real far. It's not maybe 120 some yards, 127 or something. It changes depending on where you're at on the course, on the range. What I just did there was I'm showing you how to hook the ball, how to hit it straight, and turn the toe over and to hook it. I'll blend in some of the sounds so you can hear the compression. This video got a little long. You can hear music in the background I had to get rid of now because of copyright rules. So feel the weight, toss it to the target, and turn the toe over and to hook it. You can fade it. Mostly I like to hit straight. Here I'm hitting it high. I'm feeling that weight and just accelerating through the ball. And I watch the ball. I'm always take a look at the target just before I go. And you can tell where I'm going to hit. But here you can see how straight the balls all are. They're only 122 yards. I'm throwing them pretty high, 26 degrees launch. Normally I'd be 23. Here I'm concentrating on getting the shaft over my right forearm. The other thing I do is I try and keep the club head back behind me as long as possible. I was a great fan of Mickey Mantle and he used to keep the barrel of the bat behind him, and he would have a circular motion with his body, rotational. And you can get some extra speed that way. It's not all linear. You've got some rotation, and then in this case, the weight, which is in the club head, you can sling that around, square into the ball. So here you can see I'm throwing it over my right forearm. And range sessions are for practice to get feels. The mechanics, fine. You work on them. I'm working on them here. I'm changing them as I go. Here we go again. I'm keeping that club head behind me, behind my back as long as possible while I turn. I'm throwing it over my right forearm. It's an elbow plane. You'll find that the elbow plane is important. That if you can learn elbow plane, that you basically can, really get a powerful strike into the ball and repeat that motion over and over. But be aware of that your right hand, your palm, you get the shaft in your fingers, but that palm, you can match to the face and get a direction on where you want that ball to go. And you can see I can continually throw a ball up and have it in the general direction of whatever I last looked at. Once again, keep that 90-degree angle of the shaft of the forearm as long as possible and turn. Latest release is greatest. That's just mechanics, but then get the feel of the weight of the club. Check your directions. I watch the green, see how it spins on the green. Sometimes I vary the lengths of how far I'm hitting. I might hit one 100, I might hit one 120, I might blast one. Here is strictly getting the feels, sending it at that target, the last target, once again, that I look at. And I'll show you that in just a moment. Okay, watch now. I'm feeling the weight. It's rotational turn, late release, and go. It's amazing once you realize what you're trying to do, how straight the ball flies. You know, how compressed it is. Here I'm doing the forearm up and making sure that my elbow tucks in front of me. It's a very compressed flight. You'll hear a low thud sound to the ball. Ranges are a little easier because you're flat all the time. You get the perfect lie. You have to be aware of that too. When you're out on a course and it's hilly, be aware how your feet are and how it throws the weight around a little differently. That's why you take practice swings before you hit. I'm always have my elbow tucked in front of me, my forearms up so that my elbow is out in front of my body. The right elbow I'm talking about. I never get stuck. I never have it stuck on the side of me. Got your sagittal and coronal planes, and I'm never stuck on the coronal. Elbow's always in front of that. Just like a baseball player. They swing a bat the same way. We say, oh, it's not like baseball. Yes, it is. It's very similar motion. It's just that one you're hitting down on the ground. All right, look. Send it right where I last looked. Once again, get the feel of the weight. Take one look. Go. Ball always go where you last looked. Especially once you feel the weight. Talk about timing, but really we all can sense gravity. You just have to become hyper aware of it. I'm going to do a few more videos coming up. One I'll show you at a night range. I might use this range where you'll be able to see how straight the ball really is. It's on a lighted range. And I'm also going to explain how you can use the butt end of the grip to change things. So when you flip the ball, flip release. Here I'm showing the spine angles, how they're different. It's from Nick Bradley. Lee Como used to talk about this. Each club's slightly different in its intent and how it's built, so you use your spine to match the intent. I'm tilting my spine in such a way as to hit downward for the iron. Here I'm just hitting a tiny little shot, little pitches, compressing the pitches It's all in setup. I got my spine tilted. Not away from the target, but actually towards it. And just nice, easy releases. I'm strictly working on distance. The best way to get better is to get consistent distances of your shots. It's all about controlling the ball, sending it at a target. Even if I was left or right, I just do a little bit of adjustment and toss that ball to the target, but I always want compression. There you can see him right at the target. So this is how interesting it gets, because if you look here, the totals are all the same, 88. Ball speed's all the same at 69. Launch is a little different, height slightly different, hang time's all the same, and then the curvatures are 1 foot, 0, 5 feet. So really, there's no curve to it. So learn the method, study, but get the feels. It's not just all about mechanics, it's getting feels. Control your distances. And happy 4th, everyone.